Hello, it is your favorite person in the world and your second favorite person, Nate Ross over there. So this is Jay Choi and Nate Rasa, and welcome to the studio.
Yo.
Rush of ideas and just imagination and chaos. You make things, you break things in the span of seconds just with your thoughts.
Kinesthetic style, but only within the mind.
Take a whole idea and deconstruct it and then rebuild it in a completely different way.
Swimming in chaos.
Welcome to
I
Just
can't
even
with
myself
right
now. Let's go.
So today we're going to be talking about this topic, which is why we ignore messages. So this can include several different things, such as text messages, such as messages from the universe, such as etc.
I mean, I can give you a TE answers because I don't want to.
Yes, so Nate just doesn't want to, and that's rooted in the fact that he just hates everyone and he hates everything, which is fine. For me, I ignore them because, the type of messages I really ignore are the ones that assume that I have time for them. Those are the ones I always ignore. Remember I got mad about these messages that this girl sent me a couple weeks ago where she was like, tell me when you're free so we can call. And I was like, you're not my friend. I don't know why you're reaching out to me. You didn't tell me why. And also, why are you assuming that I have time to talk to you? I don't. I really don't. I can make time for you if you're my friend, but...
This does make me want to think about it because, granted, I do have people where I've allowed a specific exception to my non-replying thing. I will reply to them because I respect their existence.
Right.
And I love them. But yeah, so we do. Therefore, we have an exception. I don't like the naggy callers. That's the one that weirds me out.
Yeah.
If I told you I'm busy and I haven't replied back and we haven't replied in about 3 months, it's because... Well, I mean, take the hint. It's not happening.
True.
Okay.
For you and I especially too. I know last week, Wednesday-ish, I told you I'm gonna be kind of MIA for a week or so because I'm busy with school. And even then, we still texted. I still answered you.
I mean, well, because the thing is, I'm on the assumption that I can just send you whatever, and I don't expect a reply
exactly.
until after 4 days.
Which is why I can reply to you because there's no expectation.
Yeah.
There's a lot less pressure, and also it's not as entitled. I hate people who feel entitled to my time. I'm
it's still strange too because there is that concept of, this is where I find the inconsistency, where they want to reply every day. So I'm like, okay, then let's try it. Then I reply every day and I don't get a reply back.
Oh, it's a double standard then.
So it becomes an issue almost because it's oh, well, I thought you wanted a conversation, so here I am doing it, and then suddenly there is no reply, so...
I mean, okay, the texts that I never answer are ones that are just hey, hi, how are you? I'm why are you asking me this? I mean, number one, I'm polar FI, you think I know the answer to that, and also, tell me what you want. If my friend says, hey, we haven't talked in a while, I have stuff to bring you up to speed on. I'm cool, let's talk. But if they say, hi, how are you? I'm I'm not going to answer you.
It seems odd because it's unless this person doesn't know you and this is a job interview situation, hi, how are you, you know what to give a kind of generic answer you can give back. But if it's a person you kind of already know, it seems awkward to just bring that up and be hey, we're friends, you don't have to give me pleasantries that.
Yeah, I mean, again,
I personally don't like to do
down.
how are you situations because to me it doesn't make sense sometimes. I'd be
because
hi,
also I don't want to know how they are usually. Don't quote me on that. Will it make the cut? No one knows.
I will make the cut.
No one knows if it'll make the cut. It's in our editor's hands. Who is our editor? Who is our editor, Nate? Okay.
You make it sound like a who's your daddy situation.
Who's your editor?
Who's your editor? Who's your editor?
I'm not going to tell my friends to watch this episode. With my NTP friend, when we talk, it's a lot about hypotheticals, the future, or what's what we're thinking about. But when I talk to a lot of my SJ friends, and it's a lot of or SP friends, it's what did you do today? What are you doing right now? And for me, it's a lot less important for me, those kind of things.
Well, yeah, okay, so
right now,
I remembered a conversation with Heidi, actually not a conversation, a video that featured her, and she talked about how any DOMs with SI inferior tend to talk about when asked the question, how is your day? because for us, we really don't care about the
Okay, wait.
details of
Wait,
it.
wait. Let's see. Nate, how was your day?
See? You
Oh
get
my
the
God.
reaction out of me because
Right.
I don't want to talk about my day because
Okay,
the day
well,
is
how
like
are you
boring.
feeling? How are you?
I'm feeling fine. That's about pretty much I can go for.
Mhm.
Did I feel fantastic? Yeah, it depends. I could shift that and make it happen, but do I really? I don't know. It's like, do I want to talk about that? No, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about something else. And that's the part that makes us NE-DOMs. Because we're like, interrupt them and be like, hey, let's talk about whatever is interested in us. That's why you have your NTPs giving you the whole like hypothetical situation.
Right.
Because, or the hypotheticals or the theories or anything.
I mean, I like to think that both you and I are pretty practical and we live in the moment, but you know, we're future oriented, even though we do appreciate, because I know a lot of NPs who are way too, honestly, like future oriented, where they are not here, like ever, they're not present. I do think that we tend to be present even when our brains are like, oh.
I like to think that I don't know what the moment is, but I know what you mean
Mm-hmm.
because I have seen people who are a little too out of it.
Well, maybe I'm thinking we're not airheads. Maybe
There
that's
we go.
what I'm trying to say.
Because I know there's like, I know an INFP, and he's very, when you ask him, he'll like come up and be like, oh, where am I? Type of moment. And
Oh
I'm
yeah,
going,
my INTP friend. It's like the polar SE, right?
what do you mean? Where are you? You haven't left the planet. You're still here. Like I'm just.
They just left. They floated
What's
away.
crazy is I'm very like, you work at a warehouse, bruh. Like, don't do this. Don't zone out.
Oh,
There's forklifts coming at you. Like, no.
Right. I mean, all of my Korean friends, we all do that. Like, if someone's sick or if it's cold, you just wear a face mask. And then now, I know when COVID started going around, we were kind of scared to wear them because we don't want people to be like Asians. But then, like,
did you find it? Okay,
now everyone wears them, and it's the weirdest thing.
Well, I found the strangest interaction one time was when this person, I believe he's Korean, or I believe he's Asian. I can't really say because he had his mask on. He was going, and then he meets a Caucasian person, and the person like sees him and then like throws up her hands, like, the heck, man? Like, why are you in my way? And I was going confused because one, he's wearing the mask, you're not wearing the mask. If you're that concerned about getting sick, why'd you leave your house
without wearing one?
Without wearing a mask. And why couldn't you have avoided? And why did you have to make such a big scene in front of everybody?
Yeah,
you're like, oh, sickness. It's like, yo, the guy doesn't have leprosy, likely. I mean, I mean, like there are.
And he just popped in there.
There's worse diseases out there that can actually are contagious and are, you know, way worse. That maybe it covers the body more so. So I don't know. Just sometimes I see the offset of the reaction as well as the response, and I'm just kind of, does it match?
Right.
There's I'm like, inconsistencies. I've been practicing that word a lot since I don't have TI.
I respect that.
Yeah. It's fun though. I just realized this is probably why you guys do it a lot. It's actually kind of fun to point out inconsistencies. Like, oh, this doesn't work. And then they're like, yeah, see? You can see what we see now. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
I don't really think about it enough.
Say it as much out loud though, just because people get butthurt about it. I do think that I've really, really tapped into my TI. Like, I'm an ILE TI subtype. And we were talking, and then I looked into it more too. And I do think I am consume first in the objective personalities. Which would make sense. But also, like, I don't know, like, I'm very tapped into my TI, but I don't think I share it a lot, which makes sense also because it's an introverted function. But, like, I don't know, I found that, like, in a hopefully not obnoxious way, but, like, a lot of people can't handle it because they're not confident in themselves to get criticism. And I like to reevaluate myself. Like, am I sharing my criticisms because I'm trying to just share them or because I have a good intention, right? So I try to think about that because, like,
I think what's crazy with me is that I actually don't even care necessarily the other person. It's more so, oh, does it make sense? And it only would make sense to me if I say it out loud. Mm-hmm. So I have to say it out loud. So it's always just those things. So like, oh, I point out an inconsistency. They'll like look at me like, oh, you're trying to be mean? I'm going, oh, no, am I wrong? Am I right? Like, then I actually come off very childish because I come off like very curious.
Do you think a part of that is just like unvalued FE?
Wow. Not necessarily. Because I mean, in socio case, that would just make me very, authentic and honest and about my feelings and everything like that. Which I'm not usually. That's the one thing I'm not actually as honest about. I am just very blunt about calling things out. In OPS, I believe I maybe play first with that because I'm very likes to throw things out all the time to get it back and forth. I'm not really. I used to think that I was a consume first, but then I just realized that all the things I've been doing, I've been watching things. I wasn't actually. I haven't been reading new things lately, so I'm going. Maybe I'm not a lead consume. And then, but yeah, that's about it. People are like, if you're a play first, that must make you a jumper. And I'm like, so not responding right away.
Yeah, that's what this video was about, right? Right.
So
We're recording a video right now.
So sound off in the comments below, and we will reply to it whenever we want to.
Yeah, we probably will never answer. Don't expect us to reply to your comments.
Yeah.
But feel free to leave one anyway.
Yeah, feel free to leave one. We'll respond when we can. I mean, I think I would respond when I can. But sometimes I like read it and I'd be like, thank you. I'll take it.
Well, I mean, the beauty and pain of having a shared account, and also like our Twitter is a shared account. Sometimes someone replies and I'm like, will he answer? Or should I answer?
Should I? You mean like if I'm gonna go?
I'm like, is he gonna answer it? Because I don't want to say anything. I have nothing to say to them.
There is a pleasure there that I didn't realize existed of us tweeting and people having to guess which of us had to tweet it. That I didn't realize I would enjoy that
and
so
the thing
much.
that's crazy is that we actually can tweet so similarly and still hold our voices, but they don't know who it is.
I find
like because no one would be like, none of these tweets sound like either of you. They'd be like, they both sound like both of you, which is really cool. Yeah.
Well, there we go. Yeah. So I guess we can end it here. Thank you guys for listening. Leave a comment or don't. It doesn't really matter.
I'll reply to comments on this.
Let me put it this way. If you leave us with a detailed response and a complaint, that actually might motivate me to answer. Think of, right? If a constructive criticism situation, that actually sounds way more interesting.
I mean, I was saying I want a hater.
Well, I mean, this is why I love it. Like my friends give me the long ass text of like, oh, you hurt me, blah blah blah, this. I'm like, oh wow, I actually enjoy those type of. I sound like a heartless person, but I enjoy those a little bit more because then you get to respond properly. I feel.
Really? Theirs are too long. I just am like.
I mean, I don't mind it because I get to respond in a way that like I know exactly what to say for those situations. But whenever it's usually, I always find like I'm forced to guess because I can't read sometimes. And I mean read emotions. Let's put it that way. Like I can't.
He's like, I'm illiterate, by the way.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Well, remember I said illiteracy is the actual true crime of society.
Did you say that?
I did say that somewhere. I don't know. I said it somewhere. Illiteracy is a true crime of society. It's not. Well, I don't think it was an episode.
You just said it.
But I'm gonna say it right now. Illiteracy is a true crime of society.
It really is.
And they're like, what? What do you mean? Well, think about all the times people misread you on Twitter or on Facebook or all those.
It's like because they literally just can't read.
They read it one time. They take offense with either the first sentence, the last sentence, one word, whatever. They were already feeling crappy. Bam, bam, bam.
It's like when they watch a video and they watch the first 10 seconds and they get mad. I'm like, did you watch the rest of it? They literally addressed everything you said. Like,
so yeah, maybe so what? Is it illiteracy and consumption also? Like people just don't know how to do anything anymore?
I think everything just has to be so fast paced that you just take like 2 pieces.
Why is everybody into taking the easy way out? Like I know we do that, like because humans are, we're habitual creatures, whatever. But seriously, like all the time, we're gonna take the easy way out? Like is that how it is?
I don't know.
Like it's just reading.
Yeah.
People used to spend days reading books, and everyone's like, oh, if it's not within 150 characters.
I mean, I still read.
Well, yeah, but
a little bit.
I'm addressing the issue of the nation.
So let's make it about me. All right. Well, thank you for joining us on this episode, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.